Hello scholars, my name is Miss Juarez and today I have a really fun project in store for you. Right now, everyone is spending a lot more time at home than we usually do. This means you probably have a lot more time on your hands. What are some of the activities that you've been doing for fun to fill the time? You can let me know in the comments below. For me, I've been doing a lot more crafts. I really enjoy sewing, painting, and drawing. And I've also been doing a lot of puzzles with my family. So today, I thought it would be really fun if I showed you an easy way to design and make your very own puzzles. You don't need many supplies for this project, but some of the things that you will need are a pencil, scissors, a thick piece of paper, and coloring supplies of your choice. Using a thick piece of paper is important for this project, but you can use whatever you have, maybe some cardstock or even a recycled box of cereal. I chose to use some watercolor paper because that's what I had on hand, and because I wanted to paint my designs with watercolor. This thick paper will end up being your puzzle, so make sure that it's a size that you're happy with. You can choose to design whatever you want on your puzzle. This is your chance to be really creative. You can practice on some scrap paper if you need to. If you aren't sure what you want to draw, here are some ideas. Pick your favorite type of landscape. A city, a forest, or even an underwater ocean scene. Or maybe you want to draw a scene from a book you're currently reading. Sunflowers are my favorite flower, so I chose to paint some sunflowers for my design. Here's what I did. Now, you can make your design as elaborate or detailed as you want, but it is important to make sure that every area of it is covered with some kind of design. You can see that even in my blue background here, there's some variance to the shades of blue, some almost kind of texture. Now, why do you think this is important? Because it's going to be a puzzle, right? Think about the puzzles that you've done in the past. What parts are always the hardest to put together? The parts that are all the same color, right? Making sure there's variance in the backgrounds or in the solid parts of your puzzle is important because it'll be a lot easier when it comes time to putting it together. Now, you can use whatever you want to color your design. I chose watercolor because that's what I had, but you can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, paint, or even just a regular pencil. Whatever is your favorite thing to draw with is perfectly fine. Now, after you're finished making your beautiful design, and once it's all dry, if you use paint, you can turn your design over. This is where you're going to start drawing the pieces of the puzzle to cut out. Now, I want you to think about jigsaw puzzles. What do the pieces look like? What kind of shapes are in there? How do the pieces connect? They all vary in shapes and size, right? Go ahead and look at what I did on mine. I started by making a grid pattern, and then I added in all these little notches and made my puzzle pieces all look different. So all you have to do for that is to start with a grid, and then you'll go in and you'll add these little notches here, and you can really decide wherever you want them to be. And then you'll just erase this part right here so you know exactly where to color, and then you'll have a nice layout for all of your pieces. This is particularly best for you scholars that are older and can cut something that's this small and detailed. For you scholars that are younger, you might try a simple straight grid, just like this. This is a little bit easier to put back together, and it's much easier to cut. But you can decide which one you want to do. The next step is to carefully cut all of your pieces out, and you're going to end up with pieces like this, that look just like puzzle pieces, right? Look how well they fit together once you start putting your piece together. Or if you made the grid pattern, you're going to end up with a bunch of pieces that look something like this. And these are also really fun to put together, and they'll go together really well. Once you've cut all of your puzzle out, have fun putting it back together. Have your family try and see if they can complete the puzzle that you made. If it's not too many pieces, you could even mail one of the puzzles to your friends and see if they can do it. I know that so many of you are so creative. I'm always so impressed by the drawings and craft projects that you make in Athenaeum. So I would absolutely love to see the puzzles that you make. You can share your pictures of your creations in the comments below. I think this project is so fun because you can make as many different puzzles as you want. And not only is it fun to make, but it's fun to put together too. Well, that's it for today, scholars. I hope you really enjoyed this project. I've had so much fun sharing it with you today. Don't forget to post your pictures of your completed puzzles in the comments below. I cannot wait to see all of your wonderful pieces.